Today we're back in the garage, raining outside. I just want to do a quick short video. It's not going to be a KLX build series video. I'm just going to use the KLX to demonstrate some suspension tuning. Since this bike doesn't have rebound and compression for the front forks, we'll just focus on the rear. The principle's the same front and rear. As far as what I'm going to show you, understanding a little bit more about rebound and compression. I shouldn't say that. A lot of people probably do understand what it is, but a lot of people don't mess with it that much. I would never mess with mine that much, growing up racing and riding. My dad had a good understanding of it, and always done a good job of explaining it to me. He would just ask me what I wanted, and I'd get it. And but because of that, I feel like I learned decently, but it's easy to understand. It's not really that complicated, but a lot of people don't really mess with it that much. And that could be because, bikes nowadays, if you buy a purpose-built race bike, as long as you don't weigh 300 pounds or weigh 100 pounds, if we're talking about like a 450 or a 250, and as long as you're not on the extreme end of the scale, it's pretty good out of the box, so a lot of people probably don't mess with it. The easy thing is, if you got an owner's manual or Google, you can figure out what the stock settings are, so tamper with all you want. And that way you can kind of become more aware with how big of a change and how big of a difference just a few clicks here or there can make. But I'm going to attempt to show you that today. So on a adjustable rear shock, like I said, we'll focus on the rear. If you've got a reservoir canister, then that is your compression. Compression will adjust with valves how fast the suspension can compress. Like if you just could instantly snap your fingers and try to compress it as quickly as possible, that controls how fast that can even possibly happen. So that's your compression. And then I'll have to show a picture on this side to show rebound. Rebound is usually on the bottom of the shock. And on this particular bike, we've got 4 compression adjustments, and then we have, I believe, 22 or 24 rebound adjustments. So right now, we're going to go loose on the compression, meaning it'll let it compress as fast as possible, and then we'll go loose on the rebound, so it'll let it rebound as fast as possible. Now, most bikes, almost all of them that I know of, to have this setting would be all the way out on your rebound screw, so counterclockwise, and then also counterclockwise on your compression all the way out. So there's a compression as soft as possible. It'll let it compress as quickly as possible. And then we'll do the same for the rebound. And then visually, so you can see, hopefully you can see, get an idea. So, quick to compress, and then once compressed, quick to rebound. Just easy to compress. As soon as you take weight off of it, shoots right back out. Opposite end of the spectrum, be full compression. Stiff as it'll go. And then rebound, as stiff as it'll go. Now, given that it's undersprung for my weight, I can still compress it pretty quickly, but I can feel that it's stiffer going down. And then you should be able to tell the rebound is slower. It just doesn't want to spring back up. So, that's your rebound and compression adjustment. All of that was done, as you can tell, with the same sag cell. I mean, the same preload on the actual spring. So a lot of times I'll see people have it backwards. They'll be like riding through whoops and their back end will be bucking and kicking, and they'll be like, man, it's just too stiff, it's too harsh, it's kicking me all over the place. Well, so they keep going softer on their rebound. They think that the shocks are rebounding so quickly that it's bucking the back end up as they hit each whoop. And sometimes that can be the case, but a lot of times I feel like you need to try going looser on the rebound, let it kick back, because in between whoops and really rough terrain like desert terrain, if you're traveling at any rate of speed, I mean, like stuff's happening fast, so you may think the shock's getting, rebounding and bucking you, but what may be happening is the wheel doesn't have a chance to rebound. So therefore, you hit a couple whoops, your suspension, you're deep in the suspension stroke, and as your tire leaves a whoop and starts to rebound, it hits the next one before it has time to rebound. So that's why it feels stiff, and that's why the back end seems like it's bucking you around, and it just seems harsh. Is because you've got everything set so soft that you're living at the bottom of your stroke, which isn't good for your, from a valving point of view. And then also, the more your shocks compress, the stiffer the spring is because it's wound down tight. So that makes it seem harsh. So if you're riding quickly across rough terrain and you just feel like you're all over the place, before you just automatically assume softer, try going softer. And if it doesn't work, don't just keep going softer. Go harder. And in the case of rebound, you would be going softer. You want it to rebound quicker. So you want to soften up the rebound so the spring can get the back tire back to the ground faster. And then on the compression, a lot of times people will do the same thing. They'll go across a set of whoops and get bucked all over the place. Everything will seem harsh, and they'll be like, man, I need, it's too stiff. I need less compression. The wheel needs to be able to travel faster up, but really it's not the case. It needs to be stiffer because they're riding in the bottom of that stroke, and so you need to tighten that up. So play with it some. Hopefully this helped your understanding of it if it's something you struggle with understanding. Again, play with it all you want. You can always go back to the factory settings. Google and owner's manual will tell you, but it's just something you if you don't ever tweak with it, next thing you know, you'll be like 30 years old, still be riding bikes with your friends, and at the end of the day, you'll be tired and wore out, and they won't, and both of y'all sit behind a desk and don't go to the gym all week long at your job. So you're like, man, why are they not wore out like me? Well, tune your suspension, or at least attempt to tune it, attempt to understand it, and maybe that'll help a little bit. So anyway, hope that helps you. If you like the video, thumbs up, like, subscribe, share, whatever. If you didn't like the video, whatever. But yeah, hopefully that helps you understand it. And until next time, peace.